Welcome to the Immerse podcast. We are your hosts, Dan Ramsden and Alex O'Keefe.
Join us and our guests as we dive into real stories of entrepreneurship, health, fitness and self-mastery. No fluff, no filters, just honest conversations that inspire, educate and challenge the norm. Let's get into it. Right guys, we're joined again by Lucy Bronze. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming back to us again. We were just talking off mic there, but it's almost to the day 2 years ago when we came to see you in Barcelona.
Yeah.
So I guess let's catch up over the last couple of years, mate. What's happened in that? Since we last met you, basically. What's changed?
I feel like a lot of things changed, and then at the same time, nothing's changed. For me, nothing's changed in certain ways, but yeah, I moved back to England, obviously, from being in sunny Spain, which was lovely.
Yeah.
But yeah, now in London, at Chelsea. I think the last time we spoke, I'd won €1, so now I've won 2.
Ah, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Mic drop. You can just walk out now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that were some experience, that wasn't it, Dan? Going over to see Lucy in Barca.
Well, all of it was the London visit and then heading over to Barca to see you there. You know, it's weird how it's just come around. It's almost to the day, 2 years. I think it was the 16th of November.
Yeah,
wow, you've got a good memory.
It came. Like,
we had to check, don't we?
Yeah, fucked up. Yeah, no, we have not got a good memory.
So yeah, thank you for joining us again, Lucy. You've just been named England Women's Footballer of the Year. So, I mean, after you're getting so many accolades now, did that one feel any different to you?
Yeah,
How
that
did
one.
that one
I like everybody knows that playing for England for me is like just. I wouldn't say my bread and butter because it's something. It just means the most to me. Like I've obviously moved a lot of clubs and been in different countries. I am half Portuguese, half English, but playing for England is just, I put everything into it all the time. I think the girls who have played with me throughout my England career know that. And yeah, this year was like a tough year. You know, there's a lot of scrutiny now in the women's game, and the team, we had an up and down year before the Euros, and yeah, just feeling like I needed to give everything to that team to make sure it was lifted, because there's so many young players as well. So for me, that it was a nice accolade just because, yeah, like I'm the oldest in the team, and but I always want to feel like I'm giving everything. We didn't want to mention that. Yeah, I'll say it so you don't have to. Most experienced, yeah, by far. But yeah, no, I just want to give everything. So I feel like that was, for me, that accolade was like telling me that I'm doing the right thing for the England girls and for the team and for the Lionesses. I am giving everything. You don't have to win the Player of the Year to get that, but it was almost like, yeah, people are realising I'm doing that, and makes me feel like I'm doing exactly what I need to do for that team to succeed.
Well, battling on injured as well, you know, in the last game you were hobbling around when they were lifting the cup, you know.
Yeah.
So putting your body on the line and putting yourself through it. Did you play on through that injury as well? Or
so I had like...
Were it a metatarsal?
No, my tibia. I had like a...
Fractured? Were it fractured?
Yeah, like not a clean fracture. So like...
You're built different,
like a fracture into the bone. Like, yeah. If it was a clean fracture, my leg would have been hanging off. But yeah, like a fracture in like right behind where your shin pad goes. So I had to actually cut a hole in my shin pad the whole Euros to like fit on top of it so that it didn't like rub on it and stuff.
So it was a stress fracture throughout.
It was I'd got the fracture months before, and then like a small fracture, and then obviously playing on it kind of became like a stress fracture. Yeah.
Did it ever cross your mind that you were not going to play in that tournament?
No. I remember like we got an X-ray at Wembley because I just played a game there, and the doctor was like, "Yeah, there's something on the scan." So we went and got a proper scan the next day, and he was like, "Yeah, you've like fractured your tibia," and I was like, "What does that mean?" I've never broke a bone before.
What stage was this, sorry? When
This
did you wear
was the end of May.
Right, okay.
So the Euros was July.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Right, wow.
So I'd been playing with it for like a month or 6 weeks, but not just unaware, basically.
Yeah.
I had like a kick in training a few like 6 weeks before the end of the season, and just thought, wow, that really hurt. And the pain just never went away. So like 4 weeks later, I was like, this is not normal. Like I've never had a bruised bone or a bruise that's lasted longer than 4 weeks. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So that's why we ended up getting like some scans. And then, I remember him telling me, and I was thinking, I'm not missing the Euros, no way. And he was like, went through all the risks and everything, and was like, yeah, you can play. You've been playing with it. You can play on, but you have to be very careful. And I was like, yeah,
How do you do that though? When you're
that
committed?
Well, the thing is, everyone thinks like, having an injury's hard and the pain's hard, and absolutely, like, it's terrible. But for me, the thing that killed me the most was the whole of June being told don't train, and I was like, I've got the Euros in July. Like, I need to be at my best. Like, I need to push myself to help the team if we're going to be successful. And then they were like, you can't. Like, if you train for these next few weeks, you're going to make it worse. You'll make it worse in the tournament where you'll not be able to play. This is the first tournament I've been to where I was like, I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared for this.
Right.
But through no fault of my own. I think that was, mentally that was like tough for me. Because I'm someone who likes to be like, I've done everything, no pressure.
Yeah.
Now all I have to,
What will be, will be.
What will be, like, perform.
Yeah.
If I'm bad, I'm bad. If the other player's better than me, it is what it is. But I've done everything I can, which I still did, but
it didn't feel
like it,
Yeah, you want to prepare properly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just to put it in a context for people who don't know, tibia is the main bearing bone in the leg.
In the shin.
So just to put that in a context, I think we talk about elite sport, elite athletes, and a biggest percentage, I think, when it comes to the elite is mindset.
Yeah.
And that obviously shows what you're willing to do, put your body through, and your mind. You know, that risk of, it could have fully gone, and knowing that.
Yeah.
And, that's the different kind of mindset in it that it
I
takes
always-
to get these sorts of accolades and things.
I always say that about mindset because when I look at the Ballon d'Or winners for the women's, all of them apart from one I've played with at the times that they've won these Ballon d'Ors. The one that I hadn't played with, Megan Rapinoe, I played against her that whole year. And all these people have one thing in common, like their mindset.
Yeah.
Like they're highly talented, but I played with hundreds of talented players throughout my career.
Yeah.
Like, who could do anything with, like, people are like, oh, she could do anything with the ball. I'm like, yeah, but it takes something special to know how to, like, carry a team through a moment. Like, that's a mentality.
Yes.
And you see players with talent all the time, or different kinds of talent, special talent, but it's the mentality that sets them apart 100%.
What do you need to tap into? Do you think, like you say, to steer you through a game when the going gets tough? What is that for you? Is it that voice? Is it, knowing that you're raising your level when it starts to get tough? What does that kind of look like when it comes to the mindset in a game and steering your team through a victory?
I think my mindset came from, I've always been competitive when I was younger, and then having setbacks when I was younger, being told, like, you can't play football now, or getting injured quite early on. And when I got injured, like 18, 19 years old, and being told at 17, like, you'll not play for England and stuff like that. And then when I got fit, it was like, don't take any day for granted, because I got told at the time, you'll be lucky to make it past 27 with the state of your knees, because you're 18, 19 now. Don't think your knees will last. So I just was like, can't take for granted any training session and any game. So then it was like, I don't know if I'm going to go to the next England game or the next tournament or the next Champions League. Yeah. It's probably why I've always moved clubs, because I'm going to the next thing, because I'm like, I can't wait for it. If I've got an opportunity, I need to just go, because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. If, touch wood, you get injured, or you just don't know. So I think my mentality in then when I'm playing football's the same. Like, I don't want to come off this pitch and think, should have done this, should have done that, because I might not get the opportunity to fix that in the future, whether it's a cup final or just a league game. It's like, you just don't know.
That's really
it's a good way to look at life.
Yeah.
I guess.
Just purely living like in the moment, doing the most you can today, because tomorrow's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's like the philosophy of your football, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that's like elite athletes, because an athlete's career isn't. It's not that long, so you'd be lucky to get 10 years at the highest level. So make it count, like make it worth something. I would hate to retire and be like, I wish I'd done that. I wish I'd done this, or that one game I didn't do that in the game, or like I made mistakes in games, but it's not for a lack of trying.
I'm just relating to the mindset thing again, Lucy, when you're talking about, you know, great technical players. When I played with some great technical players, but off the field, you know, the values were completely off. They weren't looking after themselves, and, you know, they had poor attitudes, and no one really wanted to, as a collective team, they didn't want to play with them. So the ones that have the top mindset and the top ability, can you just explain a bit more of how that mindset looks? You know, so what are the shared sort of similarities of this sort of elite mindset?
I think it's like there's a balance of like ruthless and selfishness compared to being like an ego and arrogant.
Yes.
I think the best players in the world, there is a level of selfishness, because to be the best you have to push yourself, and you can't expect the people around you to do that or to be the same as you. I think that's something I always struggled with. I'd be like you said, why is that person so talented? Why would they not want to do what I'm doing? Doesn't make sense. I think that's the hardest thing that I've had to learn in my career, is to be like, everyone's different. But I think the ones who have that mentality is like, it's a drive to push themselves without other people having to push them. I think that's a huge one. You
self-propelling.
Because if you rely on someone else for confidence, for motivation, if they're not there or they can't give you it, then what? Like, it's you're the one who's living it every day. You can't rely on anybody else. And that all of them, I think, like that mentality of just like being a team player, but within that, it's I'm going to be the best for the team. Not I'm just going to be the best regardless of everybody else.
For yourself, but for the team.
It's like there's like a very like hard balance, I think.
It is a tough balance, isn't it? Because I think, like yourself, you inspire the team by your performance, and if someone's just out there to just look after themselves, it's like, I'm not going to give that person the ball then. So that's like the balance.
And you don't want to deter anyone either. Like, I think that's especially in a team sport. If you're giving it everything, the mistakes that you do make, your teammates do then cover that fear. So like, they might be better than you or worse than you, more talented, less talented, but you're in a team at the end of the day. Like, you're only as good as like you're only as strong as your weakest link. They always say. So why would you not try and lift them instead of go? And I've always said that as well. The best players, for me, the best players have always been the ones that make the players around them look better or easier.
Absolutely.
Easier to play.
It's the old quote from, do you remember the film Coach Carter? Great film, by the way. Where it talks about letting your own light shine, which gives permission for others to shine the same sort of thing. It's that sort of philosophy, isn't it? Great film, that, by the way. I forgot about that one. Just going back to, so obviously last time we spoke, Lucy, you were just about to go into World Cup, weren't you, if you remember? And I think we actually, the last words you said is we're going to win the World Cup.
So close.
That.
So close, so close. I mean, let's just touch on that tournament, but then I want to obviously bring it round to the latest triumph that we've just gone through there. What was it like getting so close with the World Cup and sort of falling at the last hurdle?
I mean, it was it was the best thing we've ever done because I've been to so many World Cups and we've never made the final, so even that was a huge step. But then to be so close, and like that, like
so far.
yeah, like even when I think about the game, and we started the game quite well and there was chances, but that's football. But I think that team, especially, we went into that tournament with so many like big players missing and a lot of younger players coming in and just trying to get through each game as best we could. But yeah, it was like, I still look back on it and think like such fond memories.
That's good.
And for England, I like the first time I went to a tournament for England was the Euros in 2013. We didn't even make it out the group.
Right.
So I always try to like look back on like the perspective of like where's England come from. My first World Cup 2015.
Yeah, it looked a hell of a lot different as well.
Yeah, like 2015 was the first time we won a knockout game at a World Cup ever as a women's England team.
Wow.
Yeah. So then you took 10 years later and we're making the final. So there's been like huge strides made, and obviously winning the Euros, being in a World Cup final, like it is just those moments. Especially when you look at the World Cup final, the Euros final, it was the same two teams, and like again so close.
Yeah.
The margin of winning and losing is like nothing in between.
A penalty kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that famous one now from Chloe Kelly.
Chloe Kelly, yeah.
The little step.
I know. My niece does that little step now when she runs around. Yeah.
That was nice. That was very nice. Smoothly done that.
It were just great. Like watching that, to the Euros now. Because we'd obviously had a connection before, but just seeing you on that pitch, and you could just tell, you're putting your arms around the other players, and it's like they're coming up to you for a few words of wisdom and stuff like that. It's just nice to see that, and you are a natural leader, I think, aren't you? Have you always had that sort of leadership style to you, or?
I don't think so.
No?
I think I think I've always like, I think in England especially, what people determine as a leader has always been like this generic stereotype of like what a captain looks like or how they are portrayed, and I never really fit in that box. So for a long time I was like, I'm not really a leader because I don't do those things.
And you don't stand up in front of the
and especially in like my early
20s,
mid-20s, like I wouldn't have done that. My way of leading was by example of like how, and I wouldn't even speak a lot. And it took me a long time to realise like, you can be a leader by being something different to what that looks like.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can always remember there was, I think it was the World Cup, not this last World Cup, the World Cup before. And one of the older players, she was like coming out to the warm up, and she was like, it's fine if I'm last because Lucy Bronze is at the back. And I thought, what's she talking about? Like, and that was the moment I thought, God, I'm actually like somebody in this England team. Like, people are taking note of what I'm doing or how I act or how I am. So I need to make sure that I am that person to people. And that was someone who was older than me, with more experience, more caps, was a leader in the team. But she looked at me that way, and I thought,
hold on.
Oh, hang on a second. Like, maybe you can be a leader in a different way. Maybe you don't have to like wear the armband and stand like this and do that. So
presence on the pitch is a big thing though, isn't it? We both come from team sports ourselves, and it's just that security and knowing that you've just got that person somewhere. You know that they're on the pitch with you. It's almost like a little force field, when you've got my boy's here kind of thing. It's just one of them. And I think that's reassuring again by leading by your actions and things like that. Constantly showing up, committed, putting your body online, playing through broken bones, that kind of thing.
Sorry to interrupt you there, guys. We've got a massive announcement, Dan. We've managed to partner with Pure Sport. which is one of the most exciting brands at the minute in the UK, my friend.
That's it, built to last,
Mhm.
in it for the long run, as the hashtag says. All the similar sorts of messages behind the ethos of the brand, and it really fits in alignment with us. We know that they're athlete tested.
Even Lucy Bronze is using their products. She's a
does.
friend of the show.
The magnesium and the ashwagandha and all those other products that are related to recovery are super useful for me right now. I'm really feeling the benefit. The electrolytes is definitely the best I've tasted.
They're the best I've tasted as well, without sounding biased, my friend. But yeah, it just lines up with everything that we preach, mate. No shortcuts, just solid daily habits that actually make you feel better.
If you want to try these guys, use the Immerse 10 for 10% off at the checkout.
Now back to the episode. Sorry for interrupting you there. Crack on.
Let's go.
And people knowing that, so fair play, massive respect. Now that your career's progressed, are you adapting as an athlete in terms of the things that you're doing, how you're training? Are you scaling things back a little bit more? Has anything changed within the last sort of, let's say, 5 years?
Yeah, I think 5 years ago, if you'd asked me that question, I would have fought back. I fought back very hard. You know, when the doctors or the physios or the sports scientists are like, it's good to rest sometimes. I'd be like, no, I can't. I can't let up. I can't stop. Like, I need to keep pushing. I think I got to points where like I pushed myself too much and started to realise like the burnout and that I'm not a 26-year-old anymore. So yeah, I think over the last maybe 2 years is the only time I've really like, I've always,
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
I think because as well, like, I've always looked after my body, so I've always wanted to eat right and do all the recovery and stuff. So I was thinking, well, if I'm recovering, why can't I keep training? But then, yeah, I think I started to notice in performances where I was like, I can't just keep training, pushing, like something's gonna give. And nowadays as well, we play a lot more games, a lot more high intensity, a lot more travel and everything, so it does take a toll on you. But yeah, there's so many young players and I'm just like, I can do it, like, I can do that. I can do what you're doing. So it's been a fight with myself, to be honest, of like wanting to give my all, but it's better to be like, give 100%, 90% of the time than 90%, 100% of the time. And I guess over the last 2 or 3 years is when I've really like been like, yeah, it's okay to not do everything, train everything all the time. And even having conversations with like the S&C and stuff. I had one like last week saying, I understand like this is the gym program and this is a training, but like maybe I need to be a bit more efficient with what is it that I need to get better at, and how can I be efficient if I can't be on the grass every single day, which is what I want to do. Had an argument with like the S&C 2 weeks ago, like, why can't I train today? They're like, because you're just coming back from injury, like, calm down. But and the manager was like, but it's only a 20-minute training session. I said, exactly. So and then afterwards I was thinking, I just need to just let it go a little bit, but I just constantly have a fight in my head of, I just want to keep going. Yeah, but it is hard when that's the only way. That's what's, for me, that's been the reason I've been so successful, is pushing myself, not stopping, always like keep going, training hard, training the best I can every day, playing as hard as I can every time, and actually being like, whoa, calm down.
Yeah,
it's tough.
The central nervous system will only do so much, you know, when you're going flat out, especially. Yeah,
no matter how much recovery you do, like.
Yeah, and I think the schedule's changed for you as well. We're speaking on camera earlier, you know, just to put it into context for people, because, you know, like you get your armchair critics and they're like, oh, the professionals and they should be able to perform, and they're just kicking a ball around for a career and blah blah blah. But to put that into context, your sort of circadian rhythm and the way that you're recovering and sleeping and your schedules are so out of sync, aren't they, when it comes to, you know, like, where were you last night, for example?
Yeah, getting Austria last night.
Right.
Austria last night.
Not Australia, Austria.
But yeah, you know, 1 minute you're in this country, sometimes you're kicking off at 12, sometimes you're kicking off at 9. Yeah. Playing 2 games a week most of the time. Yeah. You know, it's it's a heavy schedule, isn't it, to keep up with as well.
Yeah, I think as well, like a lot of people, you only see the games, like everyone, you turn the TV on and you watch 90 minutes of football, and then 3 days later you turn the TV on and you see 90 minutes of football.
Yeah, the highlights.
Yeah, whereas in between that, there's the whole, like, even for a game, the whole prep for a game is so long. Like, you warm up inside the changing room, then like on the pitch, then like at half time, then after the game you're doing like recovery, then the next day you train and it's the whole day, the next day again. Like, it's not, I mean, it's a fantastic job to have, obviously. Like, I'm not complaining, but yeah, a lot more goes into it, like the travel and yeah, like your body's your equipment, so it's hard to just be like, you get a day off, but essentially you don't, because that day off, you still have to take care of yourself, ready for the next day. And I guess like in the women's game as well, there's like a lot of new studies now about, it's called like life load. So you have your load on the pitch of like how much distance you cover, how many reps you do, or how much weight you lift. But you look in like the women's game, and obviously we're still doing our everyday lifestyle things as well, which is not in the men's game, i.e. like what we all do. We'll do our washing, walk the dog, driving, dropping kids off at school, like cooking, going to the food shop, like all them things to fit in as well, whilst you're trying to like recover and look after your body. Like it's finding that balance, and that load still adds to like just your daily stress and stuff, which is huge for like high performing athletes when you're talking about millimeters or milliseconds, or is like the difference nowadays, because there's so much science behind everything, that you skip a step or you miss something or you do too much, and it is going to affect something in the long run.
Yeah. When you're looking at like elite athleticism and being on the stage, you know, for instance, a Euros final that you go on to win, that's some high pressure. That's a lot of attention. It's a lot of eyes, cameras, media, critics. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been quite fortunate, because my career has been like on an upward trajectory at the same time as women's football. So getting into my early 20s, it was lower level of like pressure and media and scrutiny. And obviously as I've gone through my career and done more, the game's got bigger. So I think it's been like an easy journey for me to like deal with. Whereas I think some of the younger players now, they've gone from zero and then
big stage.
Yeah, like someone like Michelle Adjeman, who she was like on loan at Brighton last year. She's 19 years old. She's been to one senior camp. Suddenly she's in the Euros and she's playing in a Euro final, like at 19. And she's gone from probably people not knowing her name, not knowing who she is, to like the whole country is like, it's like a big jump. Whereas I don't think I've had that huge jump. So I've been able to like contemplate and really think about day to day how it feels for me. Whereas for the younger players, it's a different experience. But I think it's something that players are like. I think for a long time we all try to say, "Oh, you don't listen to social media, you don't listen to media," and it's impossible.
Yeah.
Like life doesn't work that way nowadays. Like, and equally, like social media is a great way to interact with the world. Like, I find out about like general world news through social media and media. So I equally can't then get away. I can't just delete one section that's negative about me. Like, you still see it. You still get asked questions after games. Like, why did you play so bad today? Like, that just gets asked to your face. Cheers. So yeah, like it's not
alright.
Yeah, and like and the fans, and like you don't want to let people down. Like the fans who come and they spend money on tickets and your shirts, and they want to celebrate. Like, that is pressure. Like, you want to do well for them, for your family. Like, you can't ever get away from that. But managing it is difficult.
The scale of it is insane now. So like, even just from when we did the last podcast with you, and obviously like you shared it and stuff like that, we got a bit of an insight into your world, and it's just like, what the hell? like,
got some good Lucy Bronze fans, isn't there?
Yeah, honestly, like there's still Lucy Bronze fan page liked your thing still now, but it's just like it's give us like an insight into the actually how many eyeballs you potentially have on you, you know, like per day. It's just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the scale of it. And I remember like when we came to you in Barcelona, and you were like, make sure you don't show any of, you know, where my apartment is, because people were like maybe like looking to get to you, weren't they? So, but like, have you become like accustomed to the scale of this, or?
Like, yeah, because obviously it's my life, so
yeah.
it's not like I can just suddenly
Switch
disappear or switch. Yeah, I can't switch it off. It's like the same as being an athlete. Like, I can't just decide to just go out tonight and get absolutely smashed when I've got a game at the weekend. Like
they used to do.
Yeah, like it's my life 24/7. So yeah, I mean the fans and the way that the games grew is amazing. Like you're talking about. We played Arsenal the other day, and the stadium's full. It's a high pressure game, and there's boos, there's cheers. Like it's so exciting to be part of like those games and things like that. But then you obviously have the extremes of that, because there's going to be people. The more there are people who like you, there's always going to be more people who don't like you. Like
always. Yeah.
That's just
life.
That's just life. The more eyes there are on you, then they can't all just be your biggest fan and love you and think you're the best. Like that's just how it is. But I think more recently now it's it's not the lifestyle, I don't know the right word, but it's definitely changing for women's players. Like the big players in England, the Lionesses is a household name, and some of our players are huge, and there is like so many people who follow you and want to know everything that you do, and I think that's the thing that's quite hard to balance sometimes. Is there's you want to give so much to the world of football, because football's given me everything, but there's some things I'm like, that's mine, and I want to keep that. But everybody just wants more and more and more, because that's how we've developed our game in the women's game, is by giving so much of ourselves to get so many people to come, and now we're like, okay, we need to just
put some boundaries in place.
That's all it is. Like we still want to connect with the fans, and I think you see it with women's players. Like we're in every area, whether that's like we have lionesses who go to Parliament, who go to government, who also go to a fashion show, who go to like Ballers League, like Chloe Kelly. Like there's people who do so many things that's helping promoting our game, who are current players. I think that's something that you don't see in the men's game, because their game's already developed. But we're still very much invested in like growing our game, but it's like the boundary is so hard to define.
Does that affect you from day to day? You know, like for example, I just need to nip to the shop to buy some fruit, and then it's like, do you have to check yourself and think, I can't go there at this time? And do you know what I mean? That sort of thing where you get mobbed in the street.
I think like yes and no. Like I've never had an interaction where I'm like scared of like my safety. Like I take the train to London, and every single time someone comes and speaks to me, and it's nice and it's fine and it's friendly. And every interaction I've had face to face with someone on the street or in a shop has always been really nice, and like I'm always willing to give my time for people who I meet in the street and listen and take a picture or what have you. But I think it's more the social media thing that's a little bit more scary, especially because there's not really like a governance on social media.
You can be anyone on there, can't you?
You can be anyone, you can say whatever you want. You can do like on those platforms you can do anything, which I don't think people would do to your face.
Never. You hear that? Even like people who are really polarising, you know, they're a bit controversial or whatever, they always say, no one ever says this in the street. No. It's always through the phone.
Exactly.
So it's like,
so that's, for me it's like yes and no. Like when I walk outside I feel totally safe, and I interact with people every single day, even like near where I live or where I train and stuff like that. And it's lovely, it's nice to do that, and especially when it's young kids and stuff, and that it's lovely. But the other side of it is like what people do on social media, and it's like, where are their boundaries? That's what I'm I think that's what people are unclear about now.
You can't hide from that either, can you?
No.
Because you could be sat in the comfort of your own home and then you look at something online and then you getting anxiety or whatever just sat on your couch because it's because you're welcoming that world in,
exactly,
you know? So I guess it's having to be careful with that.
And you see it with like the male players. I think it was Sterling recently. Like someone's tried to rob his house whilst he's in the house.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Because you're somebody that people like. It's probably
profile.
recognisable and known and things like that. That's the side of like sport, I guess, which nobody signs up for. Yeah.
So all the things we've talked about there, Lucy, there's two worlds, isn't there? There's all the external world, which is the fans, the social media, the attention, everything. And then there's the internal world, which no one can touch really.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in your sort of internal sort of safety and how you spend your time. How can you switch off? Can you switch off? Do you have routines and things that you do to help you be still and breathe and all this type of stuff?
Yeah, I think the last year more than any, I've got more into like. I've always had good routines in terms of my recovery and what my body needs. But I think this last year I've done more for what mentally I need to recover or be at my best and having better routines that way. Like we were speaking before, like the red light that I have at home and stuff like that, and switching off from things. I'm very selective with what social media I do interact with or the times.
Yeah.
Like, you know if you've lost the game.
Yeah. yeah.
I'm just going to sit this one out for a few days. Like, it's easy to know that something's happening and not see it rather than actually see, like, you know it's happening. So it's like,
yeah, you don't need to go.
I don't need to know that.
You don't need to let
even though I'm missing out on so many other things, like, you can give it a few days. Like, little things like that, I think a lot of players are accustomed to doing. But yeah, like routines at home. Like, yeah, I've got more into like my bedtime routine, especially. I think sleep's something that is talked about a lot more now. Maybe it's researched a bit more in recovery, and something that we all do. So it's like, ultimately, how can you get the best out of that for your performance? I think that's something that I've focused on in last year massively.
Do you nap through the day?
Can't nap.
Can you nap?
No. My brain can't switch off. Like, I think it's like the ADHD in me. Just there's always something to do and somewhere to go or a message to be done, and I've stretched myself. I tried to help people so much that I'm like, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this. Yeah. So I don't nap. I run off like 5 hours of sleep.
Really?
Wow, maybe 6.
Wow.
If I challenged the inner champion in you, Lucy, I bet you can have a nap tomorrow.
I couldn't.
Is that going to make you have a nap?
I would try, and I'd just be like, just pretending.
One eye open.
Yeah. Tried to do it yesterday. We had a game at 9 o'clock. We do nothing all day. We're in Austria. Everybody goes for naps. And I'm just like lying in bed, like, come on, just like
go to sleep.
Having an arm
like I'm doing everything. I'm like, right, I'll try like have a shower, get into bed. Like I took my own pillow with me. I've shut the windows. It's all dark. I've got my red light with me and everything. Nah, I just can't.
Counting sheep. No.
Yeah, like phones over there, iPads over there. Like
Wow.
do some stretching, do some breathing. Brain just will not let me.
Wow.
You've just touched on there, and I know you've been quite open in talking about it recently, about neurodiversity and things like that. How did that come about for you? Because is it recent that you learned something about
It's
yourself?
recently, like recently, this year was the first time I actually spoke about it openly, but it's something that I've known for years. Well, I got tested, I always forget the dates, maybe like 4 years ago. Well, when I was at school, I always did well at school. I had good grades. Luckily, my mum worked at the school that I went to, and the English teacher, my mum's a maths teacher, loved maths, did really well at maths. Yeah. The English teacher was like Lucy's good, but she like struggles, but like she understands the same as everybody else in the set, but she's like struggles with maybe like reading or something. And this was when I'm like a teenager as well. So they got me tested for dyslexia. Like, that was like flashing light. I was obviously dyslexic. I never knew what it was. And then when they said it, I was like, this makes so much sense. Like, I can read words, but I can't, for the life of me, spell them at all. Like, it's insane. And I remember from that day, my mum was like, oh yeah, I think like you're probably autistic as well, but we don't want to. She got me tested for dyslexia because it gave me more time on exams. So if I was struggling to read and to write, I wasn't stressed out to like panic and do bad on exams when I was relatively smart. But she was like, I think you're probably autistic as well, but we don't need the test. Like, it's not going to change anything for you. And like, kind of don't want you to be stereotyped in what it was 20 years ago. Of
like a negative thing.
A naughty kid, doesn't listen, doesn't pay attention, or is strange or has something wrong with them. Like, that was like always, it kind of is sometimes now still.
It still is,
But my mum always like leaned it towards me being like really good at things rather than really bad at something. So I grew up thinking, oh yeah, I'm autistic, but cool. Like,
props to Mrs. Bronze there, because
I think it helps that she's a teacher, so her understanding of like how people learn differently and are different is quite high. So then it probably made it easier for her to like see the difference in like myself and my brother, for example, 2 years apart. Brother's super clever. I was, but in such a different way. And see like, oh, Lucy does it like interact differently. Socially, I was petrified for a long time until I got into my 20s, couldn't speak to people. Like, there were so many things that were clear like indicators, and my mum was like, yeah, it makes sense.
Sorry to interrupt this amazing conversation. We've just got a quick message for you. At the heart of this podcast, Dan, is human connection.
It sure is.
And now it's amazing for us to say that we also build fully bespoke saunas from design, build and install that also promote the exact same thing, mate, human connection. There's a theme here.
There is. And all built to last, like we just keep saying. We wanted to provide products that last a lifetime, not just for a matter of months. That's exactly our ethos and our message. So we wanted the products to match that, and they are the highest quality, the highest form of timber, the best quality heaters, and tempered glass to suit.
Wow. We've not spared expense there, mate. If you're thinking of upgrading your space, whether it's your home, business, studio, wherever you can fit a sauna, basically, we can build it for you. So visit us website on immersesaunas.co.uk and we'll take it from there. We look forward to building your dream sauna shortly.
Oh yeah.
But it's never going to hold you back. But then I remember telling like a psychologist in England this story, and she was like, so you've never been tested? I was like, well, no, why do I need to be? Like, why do I not tested? Like the... Diagnosed. Like, why do I need to? And she was like, maybe you'd like be good to know and like learn something about yourself. So we did it, and basically said what my mum had said from a young age, like autistic, ADHD, dyslexia, which I already knew anyway. And then I was reading like, you know, like you speak to someone and you get like this whole like write up basically of like things that it basically was my personality, but or my way of thinking, but written down. And I was just like, oh my god, this is me. Like so many things just made so much more sense.
Did it make you feel better? Right.
I never felt bad about myself, but I always didn't like, I never put two and two together of like, oh, that's maybe why I struggled in that situation. I just thought, oh, I struggled because I struggle in social situations like many people do. Or I'm really driven and motivated, like we just said about mentality. That's why I'm like this, and I'm just really motivated, but other people are just different. And then reading this, I was like, oh my god, it's actually just the way that my brain's wired. Like, this makes so much sense why in these situations I've struggled, but then in this situation, like, I've thrived when other people haven't been able to, and I'm looking at them thinking, well, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And in the moments I've struggled, they're looking at me going, well, what's wrong with you? And it just all like fell into place, and I shared it with a few close friends at the time, and they were like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, but they'd all just known, like, I'm just Lucy, like, oh, that's just Lucy's way of doing things. I was lucky I had friends and family who just saw me that way. But there was some people who didn't, which I did struggle with growing up, which in that moment I was like, I wish I'd known this earlier.
This is gold though for parents, you know, fair play as well, you know, for being so open and vulnerable, sharing this information, because it's, you know, it's a very, very personal subject. But as a father myself, you know, I've got 2 teenage kids. My eldest son, he's definitely swaying down some sort of route of neurodiversity, and I don't know what that is exactly, but we're looking at further support for him and just things like that. It's just, it's very empowering, and it's good knowledge for other parents as well, that they're probably listening to this now thinking, oh yeah, you know, and that's the way that they do things, and that's okay as well, you know, and finding a way of, you know, dealing with how you deal with things, you know, for parents as well, because sometimes it can be a complete confusion, you know, and frustration as well, you know. So I think the perspective thing's a big one too, you know, you didn't ever put yourself down.
That's massive.
That's probably the biggest thing, isn't it? You know, and some people can, or they can lose confidence thinking that they're not good enough, and I can't do that, and I feel silly because they can and I can't. And you've not ever felt that way, and I guess, you know, again, that's props to your mum for, you know.
Yeah, I think to be honest as well, I think actually speaking about it was the scariest thing I've ever done.
Really?
I've never been scared of playing football or World Cup final, Euros final, but for ages it was something I knew about, and I'd been speaking with my agent about, like, being an ambassador of NAS, which is the National Autistic Society, speaking with them, doing something, and every time I'd be like, I don't know, like, I just got dead nervous about it, because I was like, I know that there's so many people that go through it, but there's such like a spectrum of different ways of thinking, and I don't have all the answers. I only know how I am and my experience.
That's all you can share.
And mine's experience has been really positive. Because of my family support, because of my friends' support, because of football being one of my outlets and like my joy in the thing that I've like had this hyper focus on. But I know that so many people really struggle, families, parents really struggle, and I was so scared of being like, I don't know how to approach the subject, because I don't want it to be like, oh, it's the best thing ever, but I don't want to. I don't know, it was really hard. But then the reaction that I got off the back of it was like, I think I got bigger like reaction and people even coming to me in the street off that than like winning the Euros.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah.
It's so relatable.
Like
to
my
so
phone
many people,
blew up,
it?
like with people I've not spoke to for ages would be like my nephew or my son or me or my mum, or like so many people related to it that I was like, this is crazy, like so insane. And I realised actually, like, it's not spoken about enough in a different sense to how it was 20 years ago, or like clinically 20 years ago in schools with what people like bad behaviour and things like that. It was like trying to change the narrative, and having so many people reach out was crazy.
Yeah, fair play. I mean, for being vulnerable and taking that leap for the first time, I can imagine it felt maybe a bit lonely as well. So fair play for doing that. Respect.
Yeah, must have taken a lot of courage. But like you say, it is tricky, innit? Because, you know, there might be a family there who, and like you said, it's on a scale, innit? So it's like someone could be like fully debilitated, you know, non-verbal, all this type of stuff. And then it's like, well, how can I relate to that? Because you're on the other end of sort of scale, aren't you? So I understand your battle with that one, but at the end of the day, it took a lot of courage for you to do that. So props to you for that one.
You relate it to be your superpower, don't you? So you've
Yeah.
like flipped the switch on it, not to see it as anything that's negative, but something that's helped you thrive. The way that your mind works
Yeah.
has helped you do what you do, and it's not held you back in any way. So I think for anybody listening, it's helping to channel the positivity out of it.
Yeah,
And
because there's strengths and weaknesses to everything in life.
Yeah.
Whether it is to do with neurodiversity or like your physicality and for sport or your career or just your personality, there's strengths and weaknesses to be used in any career or job or life or family members, teams, everything. Everyone has a strength and a weakness, but how can you just best use that strength and maybe it's like diminish or lower the weakness and get the best out of yourself or whatever lies in front of you. I think that's what the thing that helped me is like I always used to get confused of like, oh, I'm so passionate about football, and I was thinking I am, but I'm not, and I can't ever explain it. And that was the first time I could explain it. I was like, it's an obsession, not a passion. But I actually loved that because I was like, and a passion is like, oh, I do it for my family, my friends, and I would be like, and even now I feel bad saying it, like, I play football for myself, like, because I'm obsessed with it, because I'm obsessed with everything to do with it, whereas some people are passionate about it because of the link to their family and their friends and like the community that they have because of football. I just don't see it that way.
That sense
and
of belonging.
and it felt bad for me to say because it feels like I'm saying I don't care about that, but I do. It's just they're not linked for me.
Yeah.
But I think in society for so long it is like a thing of like talking about passion in that way, and I was like, but I just don't feel that way. But I feel bad saying that because it's not the norm. But then I realised that's just me. Like I still do love all these other things, but football's my obsession, and I love that it's my obsession. And there's nothing wrong with me looking at it that way and enjoying it that way. And I actually think it's great that people look at it as a passion and being accepting of what your motivation is and how you read things in your life. As long as you're doing like your best and getting the best out of yourself. That's all you can do.
Well, success leaves clues, doesn't it? You know, the way that you think and feel about it, what you have achieved, and you've still got your foot on the throttle. You aren't taking it off yet.
No,
you
not
know,
yet.
You're still getting the personal accolades.
Soon
You're
enough.
Still doing the England call-ups, etc. Have you thought about the next phase, or does that concern you?
No, like I guess throughout my career, I started to have like more like obsessions and things that I wanted to do with football, like talking about making the game better and things like that. And I guess over the last 2 years or so, I've been my whole England career I've been heavily involved in, like not just on the pitch but making it better off the field, like involved with meetings with the FA and stuff, the PFA, about growing the game. Like I really enjoy that. I enjoy sitting in these meetings and debating and pushing and wanting more. I don't want to be a coach.
No.
I don't really want to be a pundit. I could do them and maybe they'd be fun for a little bit, but it's not something that I'm like hard pressed on. That's what I want to do. But I really do want to be part of the game of like helping make decisions. I've got a wealth of experience to share and I love helping people, so it's like it just makes sense for me to do that. It's something that I already do anyway, so when I finish football it's like an easy way for me to just carry on being part of something that I love so much.
Well, you've seen the growth of it from pretty much a flat start to where it is now,
much.
so I think it's almost like you're still on that. I mean, that's some life purpose, isn't it? You know, to take it from where it's been to where it is and then where it's going, and you'll be a part of that all the way through.
Yeah.
Is it just a coincidence that women's football's grown as Lucy Bronze? As Lucy Bronze,
the Lucy Bronze effect. That's what they're calling it. I think they call it the Bronze Age, don't they?
The Bronze Age.
No, yeah, it's completely coincidental, but it's like the best coincidence that's ever happened for me.
Oh,
It's proper cool.
Yeah,
You
like
can't write it, can
to
you?
be my age is like the perfect to see both ends of it. Like I
Yeah.
did work at Domino's, I went to uni, I had student loans,
Mm.
I lived in a house with like 6 other people and slept on the sofa. Like I had that,
Mm.
but then I also have the side of it where, yeah, we flew back from Austria last night on
Yeah.
a private plane to get back from a Champions League game.
Mm.
So it's nice to have been able to see both, and I'm sure it's going to continue to grow.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's only going to be added, like each area is just going to improve on what it is.
Mm.
I've been able to experience all those areas. I think they're just going to get bigger. There's nothing that I've missed out on
Mm.
that, yeah, some of the players older than me might have missed out on some of the opportunities that we have now.
Mm.
I've had every opportunity. It's
Yeah.
just going to get bigger, that's all.
Mm. Do you sometimes, so obviously, I remember on the last podcast you told us a story about you know, packing bags to raise money for the minibus
Yeah.
for the game, yeah? Like, does that version of you still sort of pinch yourself sometimes when you're climbing on a private plane or whatever to go to a game, or?
I just think I've just not changed, to be honest with you. Yeah, like, I've probably
Humble.
still get off the plane and like take the bottle of water off the plane because I'm like free bottle of water I get to take home. That part of me's just never changed, of like just not wasting things, and yeah, like being so grateful for like, listen, the facilities and the resources in women's football could be a lot better, but I've got the things that are necessary for me to like be as good as I can be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I've lost that part of me. I don't think I ever will. I think the generation after me will be a little bit different. But yeah, I still, like I said, I'll take the bottle of water home last night off the private plane. Like, I can't afford to buy a bottle of water. Like, we got to the airport in Austria as well. It was like, it was a private small airport because we had to fly in on the plane there. And obviously they've got like the little mini bar out and like a spread of snacks. I've put all the snacks in my pockets. I got on the bus. I got on the bus and I was like, does anybody want a chocolate bar? And they're like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, I don't know. It's just never going to leave me that. Like,
that's just your roots.
just
isn't it?
taking advantage of what's in front of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thrifty.
Like, yeah.
My dad cannot leave a cafe without taking all the salt.
My
salt and
dad's the
peppers
same. Yeah.
and he's got a cupboard.
The
at home,
milk
he's
from
got-
McDonald's or something as well. Yeah. My
got
dad's
some,
the same.
don't worry.
Ketchup packets and that
Yeah.
in my mum's handbags. Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice though to remember the roots. So hey, like, you know,
Yeah.
you're going on all these fancy things, but at the core, you know, you're from a small working town or a city. Is it Sunderland where you are? Where you from?
Oh, a town more.
Town.
Yeah.
Yeah, small
not
working.
even more north than Sunderland. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
So
just nice to remember
yeah.
where you're from, innit? And
Yeah, and that's just how my family is as well, and
yeah.
that's just not changed. Like,
Mm.
obviously, we have more money than previously in women's football, but I still just like the same things as I liked before.
Mm.
Like,
Mm.
I'm not changed in that respect.
Mm.
Just things are a little bit easier to do now.
Yeah. Completely away from football then. What do you like to do now in your spare time?
I spend my spare time in like meetings.
In meetings?
Yeah.
What about?
Well, like just on player boards or
Right.
yeah, with whether it's the FA, the PFA, UEFA, FIFA Pro. Like I just knowledge is power, isn't it? I just like
Yeah.
knowing things, and
Yeah.
I think it's helpful to share that. And then away from that, I literally just be like walking my dog, grabbing a coffee, hanging out with like girls on the team and stuff. I live in quite a nice, quiet area, so
Yeah.
I'm not like a busy city girl at all.
No, not
Still an ice bath fan.
Yep,
still a fan of the ice baths
still a fan of the ice baths.
and saunas.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good at centering yourself in it. You know,
Yeah.
it's something that I still never want to do. As soon as my foot enters the water, I'm like,
Why have I
God's
done this?
sake. Come on then, here we go. But then, boom, you just
I will say it's got harder to do ice baths being back in England though, because
Yeah, it's all right on your
balcony. The balcony was lovely, and then
Yeah.
I come home to England and I was like, oh my god, I can't bear this. So for a while it was like cold showers in the morning. Yeah. I quite enjoy cold. A shower in the morning, then just turn it cold to finish.
Yeah.
That helps me like get going in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes when you're cold to the core in this country, it's not very appealing,
No, it's
is
not
it?
helpful. I managed to persuade Chelsea to install a tiny little sauna last year.
Yeah.
Because we had like a little bit of space.
Yeah.
The girls all love it. When we finished training, they're like, turn the sauna up,
Oh,
get us in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were trying to get us in, but it didn't
Yeah.
quite work out, did it? Maybe another time. Is it just an infrared sauna?
Yeah, it's not as hot as...
Not as hot.
No.
Still better than
No,
that.
everybody's desperate for a proper hot
Oh,
sauna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get sorted out at some point. So what's next, Lucy? You're playing Liverpool on Saturday.
Sunday,
sorry.
I think.
Playing Liverpool on Sunday.
Yeah.
How are you feeling going into that? What's it like at Chelsea? Like in general, are you really enjoying your time there?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been funny for me because in general the squad at Chelsea's quite young.
Yeah.
But then the manager and the assistant, I played with her.
Oh really?
Yeah, we were
Old teammates.
We were teammates. Yeah, way back when in Lyon,
Yeah.
which is quite funny because I find now, like with so many of the staff members both at Chelsea and England, like I'm their age, not like the players' age.
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
there's a 19-year-old or 16-year-old even at Chelsea.
Right.
But then there's staff members who are like in their early to mid 30s.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So what? If someone's 16 now, when are they born? Quick maths, I know. You're
What's
good at
that, like
maths.
2009 or something?
2009, yeah.
No.
2008.
That's when we left school. I'm same age as you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know it, isn't it? I'm like, this is not like...
Oh, we're getting older now, aren't we?
Yeah, one of our left backs.
Don't come and
Yeah.
talk to me about
Don't
that.
talk to this guy.
Yeah.
It could be our dad, Lucy. Steady.
No, one of our left backs at Chelsea, she's like 16, and then I'm the right back at 34. I'm like, this is mad.
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy.
Whoa. Yeah.
I could be your mum.
Yeah. You
Like,
actually could.
I used to say that with like 18, 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, technically, whereas now you're 16, now like, that's getting closer and closer. Yeah.
I went back and played rugby a bit later on. I'd not played for 14 years, and then I went back and played again. And I was playing with my old teammates' sons.
Wow.
So they were stood on the sideline, little nippers, the last time that I played, and then they were on my team, and it was just like, oh man,
yeah,
this is
that's
weird.
lucky that won't happen to me because not many
Yeah,
women.
but not that. That's you're
Yeah,
at
well,
the
not-
highest level.
Yeah, but
do you
not
know?
many women have had kids young.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
Right, yeah.
unless they've had kids in their early 20s, which I don't know any elite
Right.
players that have done that.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Got you.
So
Yeah.
I'll never hit that cycle, thank God.
Yeah, well,
No
it's-
matter how
it's a-
long I play.
It's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah, I can imagine
I'll
that's
tell you
weird,
that, but it's cool though because it's sort of a testament to think, yeah, I've looked after myself and I can still do this. You know,
Yeah.
I can still choose to do this. I feel good doing it, sort of.
We've got a couple of new signings who are a bit younger, like 20, 21 years old. Not English, like foreign players. And we were watching a game once and they were like, oh, why is so-and-so not playing? But she's come on, hasn't she? And she's quite old. I went, and I know the player that came on. And I went, how old do you think she is? She was like, isn't she like 33, 34? I was like, how old do you think I am? She was like, you're 24, aren't you, Lucy? I was like, yeah, good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer. I think she realised very quickly, like, oh, said this to the wrong person.
Yeah, back-
And then they're like, no, but you don't seem 34. Like, everyone always says that. I don't know if they're just being nice or like
Yeah,
they actually mean it. I hope they mean it. Yeah.
Well, if you keep looking after yourself like you
Yeah.
are, then obviously you'll stay younger for longer, won't you?
Yeah.
So,
Or I'll tell them that I'm like, I used to play with her at youth. They're like, you're the same age as her. Like,
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
I take that as a compliment.
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's proper cool.
Have you got like an age of what you want to make it to in terms of playing, or are you just like whenever
Not,
it is? Or?
yeah, not really. I think mine's always, I think it's the way my career's been, like I've said before, it's like, what's the next thing? And just hitting that, like...
Full speed.
Short-term goals all the time.
Short-term goals, like, you have your goals of each season anyway. Like, everyone does the goals for the season, want to win this, want to win that. Yeah. And then, obviously, for England as well, it's like, what's the next challenge? And for us, that's qualifying for the World Cup, firstly. Getting to the World Cup, which is... like a year and a half away now. It's in Brazil as well, which is pretty cool.
Brazil.
Yeah, so nice. My family have already been like, well, if you don't get picked, we're still going. I was like, okay. But yeah, it's just that, and then if I make it to the World Cup, then you reassess again and you think, I didn't think I'd be playing till now, to be honest. After maybe 10 years ago, I'd be like, well, I don't know if my body will make that. But you get to the next step and you're like, I'm still competing, I'm enjoying it, I feel good. If any of one of those were to slip, that's when I'd be like, if I'm not at the level that I want to be at, or I'm not enjoying it, or I just can't do it physically, then I'll be like, yes, it's time to go. But the great thing now, I feel like I've done so much, I'm so content with my career. So now I am like,
anything's a bonus now.
Yeah, I am just enjoying it, which almost gets more out of me because it's not like I'm stressed.
No pressure on it.
I've got zero pressure to go to anything.
It's more freeing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to win the World Cup. That's like the ultimate. I'd do anything for that. But at the same time, it's like I've done so much to be like so content with. I don't need to strain myself and distress myself. Just to keep going a little bit longer when I'm happy. I'm enjoying it.
That's a really nice place to be.
Yeah, it's the best place to be. It's so peaceful,
That's nice, nice. We're coming to near the end, Lucy, and just want to say a massive thank you for taking your time out for us again. You know, we've done this... We said a slogan initially where we go again, and we did, didn't we? So thank you.
See you in 2 years' time.
See you in 2 years.
When you've won World Cup.
November.
That would be weird, but why not? If I know this is a bit of a pressurising question, but if you could give young aspiring female footballers some tangible advice from somebody who's lived and breathed it all, what are some of the main things that you'd say to them?
It's I feel like it's bad saying it because it's so cliche, it's what everyone probably says, but my two things that's carried me is enjoying myself and working hard, and taking opportunities. I think don't shy away from taking opportunities. I think too many times we worry about what people think about us, especially like young girls, too worried about what other people think. Whether that's your friends, your family, or just the outside world, what they think about you or your decisions you make or how you look or what you enjoy doing. Do what you enjoy, what makes you happy.
Speaking to my daughter big time is that.
And work hard at it. And I think that's always the key to success in any way of life. If you don't enjoy what you do, you're not gonna want to show up every day and give you all, and then you're not getting out of it what you could get out of something else that you do enjoy. So if it is football that you love, go for it. But if it's not and it's something else, go for that. And
that's good. Just good advice for anything.
Yeah, do what makes you happy, not other people, because you'll not get. It's like we said before, you're only going to get so far by being motivated by other people at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Poppy, listen, Lucy. Yeah, it's not just me.
Bodie, listen now. But just before we go, I was telling my daughter, she's 4 now, Bodie. When we came to see you, she were only 2, obviously, but we've got your bronze shirt with Barcelona, bronze on back. We were playing in front room last night with football. I said, look, I'm going to see Lucy tomorrow. Kick it like Lucy, kick it. Oh, bless her. But it's just nice that you have that sort of impact on children all over the world, I suppose, isn't it? How does that feel to you? Having that sort of motivation and inspiration to people like my daughter, 4 years old.
Yeah, I mean, it's so nice because I just think girls I was so lucky. My mum and my auntie are such strong women, and they always made me believe that I could do anything as a girl, which I think historically has not been the way, and I still think it's not the way in this day and age either. But then now I look at my little niece who's 4 as well, and I think she must think she's got so many opportunities in life compared to what I did then. And I'm sure the more that I can empower little girls to think that they can go and be what they want to be. And also my nephew who's 6, he thinks that's normal.
Yes.
My dad, his dad, my brother, he goes to work and he's in an office, and his auntie Lucy, she lives in a football stadium and she plays football. That's his norm in life, is that he doesn't go to men's games. He doesn't know that men's football exists, probably.
Wow.
But he knows who Lauren Hemp is, and Chloe Kelly, and Leah Williamson, and all those people. So I think it's nice that I'm seeing my niece and nephew, and my niece has got every opportunity, and my nephew believes that his sister's got the same opportunities as him.
That's really nice.
And obviously, I don't think that's the way the world works, but I think it is changing. It's changing. It's different from when I was younger. And I've had better opportunities than my mum. My mum had better opportunities than my nan. So it is changing. I think being part of that's amazing.
The bronze effect.
That's it.
So Lucy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great to see you. And are we going to win the World Cup?
Yeah.
Hey, this time.
This time.
Let's go. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Lucy.
Thank you.
Nice
Thanks,
one.
guys.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Oi!